So welcome back to Finnegan's Farm and welcome back to our YouTube channel and our workshop Wednesday. Today we're going to concentrate a little bit more on the 3650s. The last video we were just starting to kind of come around and putting a few more bits back on it. Today we hope to start the machine, so Mick has run a temporary supply here with a starter on it and we have a battery in place. We're great to see Gerry Sheridan back again. Gerry's come up to, we're going to look through, we'll say, the gears. We can check them there when the wheels are off, and we can check our high-low pack, and we can check our PTO is working. So we can do all that now at this stage. Hopefully now the tractor will start. Seems to be a little bit of an issue. We put coolant water into it there to try it, but we have a few drips, and we reckon that maybe the water pump may be gone in it because it has probably been lying up and the seal has gone hard. But anyway, we can start it temporary anyway and see what's going on in it. So, right, Mick, what do you do here just to show?
It's a bridge wire across the starter, solenoid onto the signal terminal on the starter. When I hit that button, it should spin.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. All right, so let's see what happens.
Stand back.
Stand back. Okay, so it's after starting here now, and as you can see, she's running away, smooth as ever, the 3650. A little bit of a rev there, Mick. Mick has a gauge here in place. This is to check the oil pressure on the... Yeah. So the oil pressure looks good and it's cold if it heats up there. And also there for the turbo to make sure the oil going to the turbo as well. So at this stage we can probably, I know I'll have to shout a bit there because the machine is running. So we'll go round to Gerry here, we'll ask. Okay, Gerry, so we have her up and running.
Yeah, as I said, we just checked, see we've no major oil leaks, see that everything is going all right. We have our temporary controls for our PTO to try them on our high-low. So we just do that now. We try our PTO, and if we...
So Gerry engages.
I engage us, so it should.
Yeah.
Now I'll disengage, see that stops, make sure it stops. Yes?
Yeah, stop.
Starting. So all good there, all good.
Yeah.
We'll just try the high-low, we'll see. We have it in gear. We have our wheel turning. So what I'll do is, I'll just change from high to low. Low, high. You can actually see the difference in the speed. You watch closely. Low, high. Everything's working well there. Everything looks good. Low, high. All looking good. We're in our gear. This wheel's not turning now. Everything seems to be working well. We're happy enough with what's happening there. Nothing, we just try our hydraulic arms. Should go up. No lift. Something wrong here. We seem to have a problem now with our linkages. No. No, we're still in some difficulties now. Something which we have to check now and see why our controls are not working. Our arm should go up when we move our lever. No lift. So we have some problem there which we have to cure.
Okay, so we'll stop it there for the minute.
Yeah, you can stop it now and we'll check and see our linkage and see where we are.
Yeah, so we have four-wheel drive working, or we have our PTO working, we have our gears engaged. A little bit of an issue here with
we have an issue there which we have to look at.
Yeah, might be something small, but at least we have it up and running now. It started, so that's...
We have the majority of things working, yes.
Yeah, as I say, we probably end up having to put a new water pump on it. We have one on the other tractor. And it looks like we're going to have to put one on this. So yeah, everything seems to be up and running. We still have an issue here with the water pump. As we said, probably the seal has gone hard on it and we'll need to possibly put a new water pump on it. We have one on the other one machine, but it was perfect when it came in, but obviously now it's sprung a leak. We also have the bracket here for the air conditioning unit. This bracket you can't get anymore, it's obsolete there from John Deere. So we have this bay of it, and we still have to make a piece that sits onto the unit itself, the pump unit. If we go over to Marco here, we're after taking one off the 3350 here, just to get a size. We're going to make it up. So if we whip across here to Marco here, we'll see what he's at. How are you?
Good, and you?
Yeah, not too bad. So this is the unit here. This is. The old dog's not too happy there. So this is the unit here. This and this went together. So as you can see, he's plasma cut it out of the steel there, and he's going to make these two units and this unit, and then you have to make this up as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I need to make this one as well.
So there's a little bit of making on it. It's just not as straightforward as we thought it was going to be.
No.
But the old man is a genius here, so he's no bother to him. Not it.
Oh, just right.
So yeah, so he'll make it up and we'll spray it up and we'll put it onto the 3650, and that'll be, he has to make two of them, so he'll be an expert again. He's done. Good man, Marco. I'll go over to the boys here. So it's working now, look. So since we've been over with Marco there, we come back to the 3650 here, and the linkage, there was a little problem here with the linkage, but it seems to be working now. Everything's working here again. So that itself, Gerry?
Yeah, that's working.
That's working there, perfect. So see it lifting up and down. Just turn it off there, Mick. It's just the sound here. So the lads, Sean and Tom, are over on this tractor here. Well, boys, how are we going here?
Oh, yeah. We're winning.
Yeah, you're winning. Okay, so what was the issue on this one?
So we had an issue here. Over on the other tractor, there was what we call a banjo bolt in here, so which means we had no big 90-degree fitting. It just came straight in, which left this pipe handy to get in and on. So we had to swap round pipes, get a longer fitting for here that I can come in and across in on top, and it's just on now. It's fitting perfect.
Yeah, the one we had two long ones here, but one was hitting the chassis, wasn't it?
Yeah. And then if you wanted to take the pump out and put it in and put it back on, but it was a lot of effort.
We'll put the pipes in and we'll tidy up the same way as originally there were steel pipes on the tractor, but you can't get the steel pipes, so we said we go with the flexi hydraulic because it's easier to.
Yeah, and
it'll leave them actually tidier there underneath the chassis there.
Yeah, and we brackets there to mount it up. And
Tom, so what else was going on here? I see. You're going to put new fuel lines.
Couple of new fuel lines, yeah, like one here. We've put one from there round onto the top of the tank return. So yeah, just a couple of fuel lines and tidying.
So this tractor should be ready to start some stage later on today. Yeah. We are missing the fuel senders here. We might show you there in another video how to check them there with the ohm meter there. You can check them there, lift them up and down, you get a reading on them. So we'll definitely go putting a new one into the bottom tank, because it's a great opportunity to get into the bottom tank to put a sender unit into it there before we put the cab on. 8430's in for a complete grease here on the ILS, on the link suspension here on that. There's a lot of greasing points on it, and if you don't do them, you'll end up with lots of problems. So I think Alan Clark is on this job here. He's brought it in and he's going to completely grease on the front suspension on it there and check everything on that. What else is going on? Nothing else here. Cabs are still there. We're on a rebuild. Next door in the open workshop, we have. So here on the wash bay, we have the topper, the big topper there, the 6-row topper. Jack is here. What, you're going to give it a?
Give it a good wash now again and knock all the clay off.
Yeah, you have to talk to me, yeah.
Knock all the clay off it. The clay just gather under the hoods.
Under the hoods, yeah.
You have 4 hoods there, and the stalks and clay.
Yeah, we see a lot of the clay here on the ground. We gathered all the up there and put it in the dump trailer. So we're just going to check the flails in it there when we have it off. And we're going to bring it into the open workshop next door there, where we'll probably spray it up with diesel and oil there, and it'll keep that over the winter. So a few little bits here, see a little bent stand on it, and we'll get them, all them bits we're going to get straightened up now for the following year anyway. Over here. We washed the chaser bin yesterday. It's important to clean it out. I think, what was in it last?
Beans.
Right, so the beans are in it, and he has it completely washed down, straining off a bit there. You're going to give it a
oil it up and diesel it up and get it ready now for it to be put away.
Yeah, so he'll spray it up, do the lines there, the PTO points on them there, do the greasing points on them, and it'll be going into storage there on the next day or two. All right, we'll leave you at.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right, so that's Workshop Wednesday. We'll just go back in and we'll have a quick chat with Gerry there before we think we're coming along.
Coming along well, yeah.
Huh?
Looking good. Still a good deal of work to do on the cabs, but tractors themselves are looking well.
Yeah. No, we definitely, we tried, we had the wheels on it there yesterday there just to see how it looked, and it looked good. So we'll be able to put the wheels back on, although probably handier leave the wheels off before we put the cab on, isn't it?
Well, it's far handy to put the cab on with the wheels off.
Yeah.
But as looks and paint and everything's coming along great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, so we've seen a big change in it. We have been quite busy here, and it's probably in the last day or two that we've kind of concentrated. You nearly want to shut the door and let anyone in here because there's other jobs going on in the workshop as well. So we kind of get a bit distracted and then we get back to it. But
No, since the last day I was here now, they've come on amazingly.
Right.
Lights, tanks, all that on, makes a whole new ball game of the whole thing.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, so that's Workshop Wednesday for this week. I know it concentrated mostly on the 3650s, but we wanted to show the progress that we've made so far. Next week, we'll talk to you again on Workshop Wednesday. So from all the guys here in Finnegan's Farm, we'll see you then.